NFL kicker. And this punt goes inside the 10 and bounces down to the 1. Akers to punt. Martin back. And a fair catch inside the 10-yard line. Where do you sense that as a quarterback? How do you feel that?
Their breath.
It's very close quarters. Palmer back to receive. And he fair catches once again inside the 15. So Akers to boot it. Garcia Castaneda is back. And Akers drives it to about the 35. And a fair catch for Garcia Castaneda. Akers back to boot it. And it's Nebraska hauling it in at the 43. Garcia Castaneda. A whole lot of that right here. He wants to pin back Martin, who you would imagine is back there for a fair catch. There's the wave. The ball checks up inside the 5 and down at the 3. Just brilliant from Akers.
That's a nice defensive stop from a defense that had their best outing, and it seems like forever a week ago.
Luke Akers was the Big Ten Special Teamer of the week. Week 0 over in Ireland, and he got the little luck of the Irish right there on that roll.
They talked about this young man and said he is a guy that we trust to be out there in critical situations. None more important than that third down right there.
So Duke's going to get it back. On the return, this is Calhoun. Uh-oh. Wrong direction, young man. Wonderful special teams play by Northwestern.
Have touched the ball once in Southern Illinois, about to get it again following this punt from Luke Akers of Northwestern. Line drive kick in the direction of Javon Williams Jr., and it bounces over the goal line just beyond the reach of Ray Nairo.
Oh, SIU, they forced Northwestern to go 3 and out.
Here's the punt from Luke Akers, and it bounces just 1 yard past midfield, takes a friendly Northwestern roll, but decent starting field position. Luke Akers on for the punt for Northwestern. In the direction of Javon Williams, who makes the fair catch at the 25.
43 yards per kick. Walker back deep for Miami. Makes the fair catch signal right at the RedHawk 35. Jalen Walker back deep for Miami. Akers end over end, skying this one. Fair catch made by Walker.
I thought he had control. He took a couple of steps. You can see some slight movement, but again, he's turning upfield and then that defender knocks it out. So to me, it certainly wasn't enough to overcome.
Forging a tie. Look out!
They got a piece of that.
They got a chunk of that one, too.
Cavalaris got a piece of that.
Both sides. Here's Akers again. Little rugby effort there. Line drive low. And this will squib down inside the Miami 10.
When you make him move his feet. If he doesn't have to move his feet, he's very accurate.
What was it Chuck Martin said? If he sees it, he looks like he's a draft-eligible kind of player for the NFL. You've got to get in his face. You've got to put pressure on. They've turned up the heat, have the RedHawks, especially in the second half.
Traditional to their style than they have to start this season.
Parker Washington lets it bounce. And it will take a Northwestern roll all the way down to about the 21-yard line.
Hide the ball to the receiver's chest, and receivers often, you try to now become a body catcher in these elements.
Luke Akers is able to force Parker Washington.
And I would have loved to see Evan Hall with the ball in his hands.
And Pat Fitzgerald did not get the holding penalty that he was looking for. And this punt from Akers will roll down inside the 10-yard line.
Solidified another down. You do not want to throw an interception.
And now here's a punt by Luke Akers. And a fair catch is called for. This punt will bounce in the 5. It's rolling, and it's batted out before it reaches the end zone. And this is a great play by Northwestern on special teams to down the Luke Akers punt at the 2-yard line. Luke Akers, the 11th punt he's had down inside the 20-yard line this season.
Just not enough.
Luke Akers was the punter at UCLA for the last 2 years. He's from Nashville. And this kick is fair caught by Dean Ingram, that is, just inside the 30-yard line.
Extra step, he's a half a step short. If you remove that arm bar, if you just pump your arms, maybe you can bring that ball in.
Backpedaling and making the catch, Dean Ingram on the Luke Akers punt, and he braces himself and is able to push forward for a few extra yards on the return.
That interception.
A transfer who played a lot at Kentucky. Today is his 50th game of college football between Kentucky and Wisconsin. It's a punt return for Dean Ingram to the 40-yard line.
As Luke Akers, the son of former NFL All-Pro kicker David Akers, kicks it away end over end. Tarheeb still with a fair catch
for the guys on defense.
And the punt is a fair caught inside the 15-yard line.
This time you're in plus territory, 2nd and 5. Get a holding call, a couple negative plays, and now you're punting.
Yeah, so this game was 17-7 Northwestern. But Maryland has scored the last 10 points, and now after this short punt, they're going to have pretty good field position.
He blitzed, no one picked him up, got the pressure on Brendan Sullivan. That's what Iowa's defense can do if you're forced to pass the ball on 3rd down. They are dangerous.
Arland Bruce fielding the Luke Akers punt. Bruce out of bounds. No flag for a late hit. A nice play there by Evans, not overcommitting. Akers to Bruce inside the 10. Arland Bruce makes his way close to the 20. A flag at the end of the play. David Akers to punt it away for Northwestern. Short kick. Takes a bounce near midfield. It's going to be downed at midfield. Arland Bruce awaits the Akers kick. And that one sails over his head for a touchback.
But Evan will make up for it after the catch. That was a misread there by Brendan Sullivan. Needs to put his eyes on that corner and execute that high-low read.
A chance at a return for Bruce. And he sneaks to the 30-yard line. It brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. 4th and 21, and Akers will punt it away with 6:56. Bruce from the 30. And takes it close to midfield. An 18-yard return by Arland Bruce on a 43-yard punt.
For Northwestern with the wind at his back. Transfer from UCLA. And that's a bomb that goes out of the back of the end zone. There is a flag down to the line of scrimmage on the far sideline.
Getting rid of the block, tackling the ball carrier well short.
Here's Akers. Look how deep the deep man is. It's a Puka with some room and a nice return out to the 32-yard line.
Quentin Redding back to receive this punt. Luke Akers hung it up there pretty good, and back-to-back 3-and-outs for both offenses. Kick is away. Minnesota's going to have pretty good field position. 35-yard line, settles at the 33.
Lindenberg comes up, and then Jalen Redding, he clobbers him.
Kick is away. Fair catch called for. 40-yard line.
By Joe Rossi, a defensive coordinator.
Kick is away. Quentin Redding across the 20-yard line. Well, we'd like to take a moment to acknowledge our friend.
Good job of just attacking the ball carrier.
Low line drive kick, checks up.
Lousy punt.
Flip the field here with Minnesota going on offense.
Defense for the first 6.5 minutes of our game. They get the ball on offense and have it for about 45 seconds before they have to punt it away. Luke Akers, his kick is fair caught at the 30.
Situations, dropping back behind those big offensive linemen and seeing downfield. I love to see him. Obviously, they have to stay on schedule, but I love to see him give another opportunity.
Loose! And it's Purdue football. Electric as a returner in years past while playing in Iowa. He's not going to have a chance to return this one. It'll bounce around and be down with 12 seconds remaining. 3 and out for Northwestern. Pretty good punt considering the wind. Charlie Jones to the 23.
The play, and the ball pops out.
That was a freshman, Nick Caraway, in pursuit. A couple less plays on that drive. Fair catch called for and made. And Purdue's going to have the football.
Luke Akers to punt it away in the direction of Keontae Curry. Bouncing punt with the wind at Akers' back and out of bounds.
Luke Akers punts the ball Illinois' way. Isaiah Williams gets out of the way, and the long snapper Will Hawkeyes. That's certainly true, pitching a shutout right now. Late in the third quarter, short punt that checks up near the 50.
Getting it done early, getting to Ben Bryant and not allowing him to make a good pass.
All right, Hunter Renner is on to punt the ball away. It was either going to be Renner or Akers to punt. Rochelle is back deep to receive. What a save! And then into the end zone. Akers to kick off. And this will go into the end zone and just spin around, go to the back of the end zone.
Fast change situation. Penn State's defense back against the wall, and they forced Northwestern backwards, which is a win.
Jack Olson kicked off for the first time. Luke Akers kicks off this time, and the ball to the end zone for a touchback. They lead 6th-ranked Penn State, unbeaten through 4 games. There's a kickoff by Luke Akers into the end zone. 2 national championships at North Dakota State. North Dakota State's won 9 FCS national championships. Braun was part of 2 of them. Marker down, kick return.
An impressive start for the offensive line on the first drive, led by Sullivan. And now Howard gets to touch for the first time with a very, very dangerous return man. Ian Wheeler stepped up shy of the 20-yard line. So Northwestern kicks off to begin the second half. After a 2-score halftime lead, off we go in half number 2 on Northwestern's homecoming. Ian Wheeler, who took a kick back last week for the Bison, is collided at the 27-yard line.
Northwestern won the toss, deferred, so Nebraska will get the ball first. The wind at the back of the Wildcats right now, and no return. And Nebraska will start from its own 25-yard line. Luke Akers to send this one away. Tommy Hill from his own goal line, and will take it out about 2 yards deep. Tommy Hill across the 30, and a strong return by Tommy Hill. So Harburg on 3rd and 13 picked up 16 first down for Nebraska. Here's Anthony Grant for about 2. Tommy Hill from the 5. And he's spun down shy of the 24-yard line.
And it's a takeaway from their linebacker, Bryce Gallagher, that sets up the game-tying score from Cam Porter today. Wisławski after the penalty on Northwestern on the PAT with a short field, and Wisławski, who already has a return touchdown this year. A short kick to Wisławski, who had the long return earlier, and this one is bottled up at the 30. Down on the sidelines, Northwestern just took a lead on Maryland, with the Terps trying to get to bowl eligibility today. This is a live ball, and Maryland does pounce on it. All over the internet last week when he had 3 field goals. So a 10-point lead for Northwestern, and a short kickoff.
I'm all over it. Euchre, I'm familiar with it, just not as much.
You say we can get you to Dean for a Euchre rules explanation. Here's Roman Hemby, and he's just shy of the 35. And wonder what's coming next year. Where will David Braun be at this point next year? But he has stayed in the moment and has his team up by 10 against Maryland. Wisławski is shoved out across the 30.
And looking at the possibility of a bowl game and chasing the Big Ten West title. Wonderful seed here at Wrigley, and let's play ball.
from 2 yards deep. Caden Weegan upended right as he got to the 25-yard line.
Just came into the game.
As a high spiraling punt, backing up to Jean. Late fair catch called just inside that 30-yard line. Just caught one in the end zone, and we are all locked up at 7. And from the 20-yard line, Max White. Not much of a chance there. Big hit.
They didn't allow it to get into the end zone on a short field.
And Tracy has trouble with this after they just muffed the punts. It has been a shaky special team sequence here for Purdue.
And they're without Mikey Matthews, their primary kickoff return. He's in the portal. It doesn't matter. It's a rare touchback for Northwestern, just their 10th all year. He was sacked twice on their first 3 plays and hasn't been sacked since. So they've done a good job of shoring up the protection. The tempo gave Utah some problems at the end of the half. And the kickoff from Jack Olson goes out of bounds. He's had a rough night.